have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Great American symbolic shadow we stand today. Signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
And you a king, just chilling with your queens and your bling. Up walk some foreign beings, and I know where you can get more fancy things. Next thing you know, you on the boat, fighting for your life just to stay afloat. Gotta fight for your life and your hope. The loser of the fight gonna be hanging from a rope. That's how they separate the strong from the weak. That's how production on the plantation peaks. And he who once was king is now a slave. And our beautiful queens, they did rape. All we wanted to do was be free. But when we tried to be free, we get beat. Then came Lincoln, a proclamation which freed the slaves all across the nation.
But 100 years later, the Negro
later, freedom is good, but equality is greater. How my skin make me less than my neighbor? Why I can't have a great education? Why we can't all eat at the same table? Why I gotta give up my seat cause they ain't able to find their own? My feet hurt too. Why I gotta be unemployed? I can be at work too. Then the king rose to great peaks by the name of Martin Luther Jr. And he gave the I Have a Dream speech. And that added fuel to the movement. He promoted change through peace. Went to jail for the price of freedom, and he ain't have to raise no peace. So even in death, we still won.
No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
After that, since then they gave us crack, we gave our freedom back. Slaves of drugs or slaves of the system. Meanwhile, the fathers and the families are missing. Without the head run wild as the chicken. Where could anything go without direction? How could the babies feel safe without protection? It's time for a black father resurrection. Instead of chasing foreign things, we should be with our kids and our queens, not bling chasing. I ain't saying don't strive to be great, ain't nothing wrong with dream chasing. Let's get involved in our kids' education. Not only showing up the day of graduation. We're no longer slaves, a lot closer to being equal. My dream, we get ourselves together as a people.
Let freedom ring from the prairies of California. Not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last,